Across the world, every major economy relies on oil, massive amounts of it. And in order to ensure that supply is constant, it needs to be stockpiled.
Oil makes the modern world go round, but it's not just sitting there on tap 24 hours a day. It has to be extracted, refined, and crucially stored. But it's dangerous at every stage.
Storing oil safely isn't easy, as fire safety engineer Fatih Tarada explains.
Storing fuels, especially on a large scale, requires constant monitoring of how much fuel you've got, and also not just the liquid fuel, you also have to think of the volatiles, the gas as well, the vapor, where that's going, because the vapor can actually be a lot more dangerous than the liquid fuel itself.
Around an hour outside of London lies Buncefield, a facility especially designed to safely store dangerous liquids.
Buncefield is one of the largest oil storage depots in the UK. It was designed to safely store up to 60 million gallons of oil and petrochemicals.
Like any facility of this type, safety is the primary goal.
All of the storage cylinders are surrounded by bund walls, physical barriers that contain the contents of the cylinders in the event of a spillage.
The bund walls are designed to have a greater capacity than the storage containers they surround. In the event of a spillage, all escaped liquids will stay in a controlled area. In addition, all storage containers are equipped with an array of level monitors and safety valves. However, even the most secure facilities can suffer from catastrophe. On Saturday, December the 10th, 2005, a routine delivery of fuel arrived at the Buncefield facility for storage.
The filling team started to input petrol into the storage tank 912 as evening set in. And we're talking about a lot of fuel, so this was going to take some time.
The process seemed to be going smoothly until the early hours of the morning when something went wrong.
By 5:37 a.m. on December 11th, the level within the tank exceeded its ultimate capacity, and the petrol started to spill out of vents on the tank roof.
No safety alarms were triggered, and the highly flammable liquid continued to overflow unnoticed. After spotting an unexpected vapor cloud, a member of the Buncefield team hit the alarm, which activated the emergency water pumps.
A vapor cloud explosion occurred almost immediately.
After this terrifying explosion at one of the UK's largest fuel storage depots, the blaze rapidly spread throughout the facility. David Mitchell lives near the site and remembers the horrors of that night.
And then the ceilings come down and the walls started to crack. All the plasterwork was cracked and all the ceilings in the kitchen had collapsed. When I came out into the back garden, all the windows looked like they were going to fall out any moment. And the top half was leaning over, and there was a huge crack across the top of the house there, and tiles would come off the roof. And in fact, you know, there was actually a hole. You could stand in one of the bedrooms and look up, and you could see through to the sky.
Chief Fire Officer Roy Wilshire and his firefighters were called to the scene.
They describe approaching the site and seeing trees blasted, dead animals, birds in the road, cars abandoned, a scene of devastation. And, as I say, there was almost 300 buildings damaged on the Maylands estate alone, and very severe damage.
The ensuing fire was the largest seen in the UK since World War II.
So I remember looking at Buncefield over there and thinking it was absolutely extraordinary. I'd never seen anything like it. It was just such a huge wall of flames, because this is seconds after the explosion, so all the petrol had only just gone up.
The smoke cloud could be seen from space. The smoke cloud blacked out central London, so Victoria was like midnight at midday.
40 people fell victim to injuries, but fortunately there were no fatalities. The fire lasted 5 days, with massive amounts of water and firefighting foam required to bring the blaze under control. In the aftermath, investigators had to uncover what had gone wrong. They first examined the automatic safety features on the faulty cylinder.
The tank had 2 forms of level control: a gauge that enabled the employees to monitor the filling operation, and an independent high-level switch, which was meant to close down operations automatically if the tank was overfilled.
It was clear that the initial level monitoring gauge had malfunctioned.
There was no way to alert the control room staff that the tank was filling to dangerous levels.
Further investigation revealed that the independent high-level switch had also failed due to a missing component. The compromised switch mechanism, combined with a defective monitor gauge, caused the fuel to overflow and fill the area within the bund wall. However, the liquid fuel itself wasn't what actually caused the explosion. As the fuel came into contact with the air, molecules on its surface started to evaporate, forming vapor which began to rise.
The bunded wall you can see there is there to contain liquid. It's not there to contain vapour, so vapour would spread over.
A vast combustible cloud now filled the air.
This was a powder keg ready to go off.